So you're thinking about planning for next year. And, it's one of those things that we start thinking we're going to do, but where do we start? Where do we start with planning for next year? No matter what year it is, whether it's 25, 26, 30, 35, 40. I'd love to see all of us have a 10-year plan and even a beyond that plan. But let me just give you 5 tips today to start planning for next year. If you can get these 5 things done, executed, out of your head and on paper, then you'll be way further ahead than most people in business. So let's get started. First thing is, what's the number one thing you want to focus on next year? So here are some examples. It could be profitability. It could be team building. It could be customer retention. It could be customer service, any number of things that you want to just decide on, because you can't focus on everything. You can't be everything to everyone, especially if you're a smaller company. Maybe you are a solopreneur or you're a team of 10 or fewer. Either way, having a focus or a word even. So let's say you decide you want to have customer service be your focus. Everything you do in your plan goes back to that. So that would be number one, is having a main focus for the entire year. The second is, what will it mean to you when you've accomplished this? So each department can say this, when we exceed, let's just use the customer service example and just kind of stick with that for a moment. Let's just say that every department comes back to a meeting with results and it all goes back to customer service. How did our year, our quarter, our week go as far as customer service? And what are our KPIs? So those are the key performance indicators, the thing that we measure ourselves on, which is really important. So making sure that you know what it looks like when you accomplish. So if customer service is your strategy for the year, maintaining customers could be a KPI. So maintaining if you have 100 people in your database, never going under 100. There's always going to be attrition in all businesses. So let's say customer service, one of your KPIs is 100, no fewer than 100 in the database. So going back and learning how to, what it means when you measure that. And what it means is you're able to maintain revenue, maintain profitability. The third thing then is to take that annual goal, that annual focus that you have, and break it out into 4 quarters, which is, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And if you think about, each one of those quarters is 13 weeks. So what needs to happen every single week in each quarter of each of the 4 quarters? We get all bent out of shape about, oh my gosh, how am I going to get it all done? Or I've got a whole year to do it, but not really. What you really have is 4 sets of 13 weeks in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So having your annual focus, number one, what it means to you when you accomplish that. And then finally, what do you need to do per quarter to maintain that goal, whatever it is that you decide you want to have as your main focus for next year. So then the fourth thing is to tell people. So who do you need to let know what your focus is and what your plan is? Let your accountant know. So Mr. Accountant, just want you to know you're going to see our revenue going up, profits going up, whatever. Let them in on it. Other people that are interested in your business success. And I would include your family. So if you're a business owner, let your family and people who support you and love you know, hey, this is what I'm focusing on this year. And if you see me focusing on something else for very long, ask me to come back. So I say, tell your team what your focus is for next year. Tell the people who love you what your focus is for next year, because those are the people that are going to support you and get you to get you there. And then finally, number 5 is celebrate the wins. And if you don't have someone to celebrate your wins with you, or to say, hey, you accomplished that goal, who can hold you accountable? If you have a mentor or a coach or someone else in your business community that can hold you to that. You can say, look, when I achieve this goal, let's say when we in Q2, we want to have a goal of customer retention of 110 new customers, so 10% new customers. When we achieve that goal, how will we celebrate? Maybe you'll take your team and you'll go horseback riding. I don't know, whatever that is. When that happens, go horseback riding and then video it and share it with people who are supporting you and your team. Tell them why you did it. We're going horseback riding because last year we decided to focus this year on whatever it is that you focus on. And we achieved one of our goals in Q1. And because of that, we all agreed we wanted to go horseback riding to celebrate. So celebrating the wins. And because you know what? Yeah, as soon as you finish Q1, Q2, Q3, the next quarter starts. But it doesn't mean we can't stop to celebrate. And what's interesting is, people remember the celebrations. You think about the Olympics is a great example. All these things that people do, they prepare for their whole lives to go to the Olympics, and then they perform and they get on that stage and they celebrate, and that's what we remember. We always focus in on receiving the medal. We don't focus in on even the performances necessarily, but we want to focus on and remember that win because that lives on. That lives on and on. Hopefully these 5 things help you. I'll just review quickly the main focus for the year. What will it mean when you accomplish that focused goal? Break it down by the 4 quarters, 4 13-week periods. Number 4, tell your team and the people who love and support you. And finally, number 5, celebrate your wins. I'm Coach Lee with Action Coach Business Coaching, and these are 5 tips for planning for next year. Have a great year.